What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, welcome back, and it's time to take on some bosses. So, if you have not rested, now is a great time to pop one of these plumes and look at that right back where we want to be. Absolutely wonderful. Plumes are basically your homeward bones. Oh my god, walked into that damn trap. Every time I walk into that damn trap. So obviously now I have a lot less health than before. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull on out some plumes. I'll lose a little bit of damage, but I'm going to want the plumes to heal, given just how much I have lost. And these damn traps. Traps, I swear, I will fall into the same trap like 80 times. Not today, asshole. Boom! I really like that thing. 58 shards. Ugh. So nice just seeing the increase.
I'll be back.
Oh god, wrong button. Oh well. Looks like we're going to be healing before this even starts. Now, of course, there is going to be one that I can snag right here at the start of the boss encounter. No, 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 no. We're not dying like that. Stop that shit. That heal off. You can actually do some really funny stuff with some of the characters. When I was playing Acolyte of Death, I used this phase to just stack up a absolutely ridiculous amount of power, because you basically stack it up so that when he finally comes out, you do something silly like, just do icicles. Yeah, more an annoying fight than anything. But yeah, you're able to basically stack it up. It's very similar to like the Y move of the sword, except it keeps stacking. It's like a 4-second cooldown, buff lasts for 10 seconds. So if you're good enough with it, you can get it to where he lands and you have like a double damage modifier going on with your stuff. As you saw right there, you are able to just slice through the icicles as well. This is where he tries to start being icicle bro. Just dodge them and swing. Watch your stamina. Boom! And down he goes. So one thing I want to point out here is that I had most of my plumes on me as opposed to the augments, which I usually did. And it just goes to show, you know, you don't really need the augmented damage. Does it help? Yeah, it can, but you don't need it at all.
Oh, my aching bones.
It's Jamaica, man.
Not one for salmon, these backwater wolves. Give me a moment to recover. I'm not just an old hermit, eh? Find me back at Sanctuary, and I'll show you how to enchant your items as things.
Chant hype? after him, run this way, and there is the Emerald key if you did not get it before. So I would honestly recommend just popping one of these bad boys, get on out of here. But if you want to stay, as always, this is a great area to farm. Actually, before I spend anything, I'm gonna head back to town. There is some leveling we're gonna have to do. By as a quick run through of the merchants we got and whatnot, stuff that we have available to us. Stop it.
Back from. Despite these lands, to the west lies the Obsidian Vale, hunting ground for the nomadic Amarog. To the east lies the Bulwark, gatekeeper to the city of Aldwynn. If you're feeling exceptionally lucky.
So, if you don't get fortune, as you guys are seeing, it is most definitely worthwhile to pick up. As for some other stuff, Steel Great Hammer, Aldwynn Great Sword, Vados Long Sword, Thief Blades. Don't really need any other stuff, just kind of scrolling through, seeing what he has. We will talk to Seeger.
Leave then. Before I
never mind, she has not updated her stuff. But you can see some other stuff. So she has the Great Sword ability. She also has Essence of Fire and Light of the Phoenix, which this one's a tome ability. This is just a regular one. Radiate light, illuminating everything around you for 20 seconds. Now, Light of the Phoenix is a really solid pickup at only 5 int. We have 1 int right now, so it's something to keep in mind. An upcoming area would benefit quite well from that. In terms of new people in town, we have Chimera, which has the bow abilities, which has 20 finesse, 12 finesse, 8 finesse, so none of these are really applicable to this character. Of course, Fast has the assassin stuff, the dagger abilities, assassinate, frostblade, blink.
And so the sheep becomes the shepherd, culling them to this fool's paradise. Is the promise of a reward worth feeding them false hope? I won't blame you either way. We're all slaves to our vices after all.
There's some guy in blood from him. We can also talk to Ione now.
Forget it. You've done enough damage already. Forget it.
Anyway, she has some badass stuff. If you're doing halberd or spear, this is where you get your stuff. Then go this way. Down. Oh my god. Oh, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Get. Albert. There we go.
Eternal thanks, Pop. Listening to that archer talk was torture worse than the Amarogs. Oh, you're here for some training, yes?
Yes, we are. As you can see, we have Cross Slash for the Great Sword, Crushing Tide, as well as Seismic Nova for the Great Hammer, Cleaving Throw, Unyielding Strike, and Flame Blitz for the Axe. So, I actually really want to try out this hammer. This hammer looks like it's fucking amazing. But if we're going to use it, we gotta have the abilities for it. So we'll pick both of those up. All the strength type abilities. We'll just rush through this. Die. There we go. Back. And we'll talk to this guy.
Zuma, Acolyte of Death, at your disposal.
Make you sign a contract too?
What? No, I trade a path of spirituality. A liaison for his chosen. Namely, you. I can disenchant clutter in your inventory, enhance equipment with the right materials, and can offer guidance regarding your newfound immortality. Or just come over and we'll bongo, I don't care.
So, basically this is where we go to break down anything that we're not going to be using. It's a spare longsword. Big boy weapon. Just to check here, we do what, 77 damage, 149. Requires 20 strength. This requires 7. Yeah, I think we use that. I like how it matches our character. From him, we are able to learn the Scythe abilities, Reap and Soul Rend, as well as Essence of Darkness, Tome ability. And on top of that, not sure what meditation does. That's the one thing I haven't figured out with him yet. But we can also go to enchant, and then going like this, we can use up our enchant materials, which it gets progressively more expensive. The first one is going to cost 2. It's going to cost 4. It's going to cost 8. And it's going to cost 16. And that's right. Then it costs 30 freaking 2. So it gets up there in price. But now it deals 159 damage. So before it was like double this, now it's almost triple it. Let's see. What else do we got? Ah, yes. Well, after all that's done, go ahead and actually we'll probably go 3 and level up wherever you want. Strength to 15 and focus on Vit for now. Oh, and that's right. One last thing before you leave this, abilities, and since we are going to be these instead, quickly thrust forward, increasing 10% by 15 seconds. You smash the hammer down, creating an explosion, increases hammer damage. Oh, they both have a stacking thing, except that one's 48 seconds, which is pretty fucking spicy. Alright, at this point we are ready to go to try and take down Bulwark. So, just looking through my Bulwark notes, talk to Rel, and topped up the door. Ah, yes. Alright, we're gonna do this real fast, since we did Bulwark earlier. Oh, out of my way! Ugh. Got poisoned. Dummy. Usually you have to swing to make that jump. But the main thing we're doing here is you just gotta go from the bottom if you want to make it. Here. It's from earlier, but going this way, make sure they don't break. And we can get the Aldwynn Greatsword +2. So if you're using strength, now's a good time to snag that. And then going this way, it is boss time. So, just checking. Couple things to touch base on for this. First phase is a 3-hit combo. You can roll through it. He has adds that he summons that you can either beat down or just drop the lightning on them. When he creates a spirit thing, it's basically a DPS race. You gotta blow it up, kill the orbs that it summons. He does a massive greatsword slam. Your only options are really either dodge out of it, like get in front or behind it, or have a perfectly timed roll. And then he has a hammer slam, which can also be outranged or dodged. Spend my talents real fast. Combo finishers, increase. I need soul energy in. I have ability 3.
Infidel, your devotion is found wanting.
Is it though? It's the rushes. Wait. I think I might pull back out the sword. At least until I have the energy built up.
Our strength is infinite. You are only one. This is where your spirit lies. Yes. Yes. Fight!
Oh boy, there's the great sword slash.
Arrogance ends here. Your arrogance ends here.
You can see what I'm talking about. Wide range on that. And this might be a case where I'm gonna be just better off using my sword for the time. Actually do this. Hang on a second here. We're going to do, so we're gonna see. Abilities. Slot 1, I want the bleed. Slot 2, I want that. Slot 3, I want the 48 second. I will do. Just to try this and see how well this works. Using this instead of a bow. Secondary. Not think I was gonna get hit by that. So we're definitely going in about half a dead already.
There's a thin line between determination and insolence.
Yes, yes, yes.
Our strength is infinite. You are only one.
Oh man, that thing is slow as hell to actually pull off.
Strength is infinite. You are only one. This is where your spirit lies. Yes. Yes. Fight!
Ability seems too slow to really do anything. You're kind of seeing why in particular I mentioned that it's not really worth trying to fight this guy early. I mean, we've knocked out 4 bosses now. You're still seeing just how hard this guy is. So let's put that in. I've already started upgrading this thing. I might as well use rely on that. Another thing is I could always, if I'm really having that much trouble, could always just swap and not use the hammer abilities just because they are slower. Or do stuff like that where I basically just, you know, cheese the whole time. I need to focus on just the left trigger triangle one and avoid the B. Because the damage is certainly there. He's got me? Yeah, he has me. Damn it, Bulwark. Actually, like, doing work to me. Alright, so, looking at the time, we are at 22 minutes. I'm going to give this guy one last go in the form of basically going back to what I was using. See how I feel beating him with the sword then. Because the thing is, the sword's gotten me this far, there's no reason it can't. I was just really excited at the idea of using the brand new hammer, but sometimes you just gotta go with what works.
You return? Why won't you give up? Such foolish resolve can only be remedied by death.
Doesn't seem like much. The longsword is actually doing a lot of damage.
Our strength is infinite. You are only one.
Oh, I ran right into that shit.
Yes.
honestly ridiculous that the basic bitch longsword is this good.
Feel the fury of the heavens.
Oh, there he goes.
You remind me of her.
I should. Talking about my mama. Bulwark shield, and this is the real reason I wanted to play as a sentinel. Is this bad boy? A toughness. Whenever you block an attack, you gain a bit of soul energy. The Bulwark shield, adorned with dragons, tells the tale of a long time before the Great Expeditions. But the point is, it requires 30 strength, and so being able to use it while we're only at 15 strength is huge, because you know, we're just beast moding it. So, we're going to go this way for just a second. We're not going to really be doing much here. Aldwynn is a mean-ass zone.
Well, maybe there's redemption for you yet.
Soft on me now.
Past Aldwynn is cash, alright. Rumors would have us believe Siradon's source of immortality lies somewhere within. If you intend to continue this journey, that is where I'm headed.
I have business in Kaern as
Why
well.
I wish to go to Kaern while already an immortal confounds me. But I don't care much either way. Just know that if you attempt to take the source, I will cut you down without hesitation.
And so edgy. So, we're not actually all that interested in going here right now, mainly because while Aldwynn is possible, honestly the zone is a bit much for what we really want to tackle. However, we are going to get a shortcut unlocked. Kill this guy. Kill that guy. Treasure. Now the way to do this is get right up to here, how we're even with this block right here, and then jump and attack and boom, shield, which is another really nice shield to get a hold of pretty early in the game. This one requires 18 strength. It's F toughness, but the problem with this one is, as you can see, blocking with it just actively drains our stamina. So it's not that it's bad, it's just that the Bulwark shield is better. Because that's not going to happen. And then on top of that, with the Bulwark shield, of course, we are gaining access to the magic game. So you can see we have a little sniper here. Oh my god. Oh, and we're dead. This is why I didn't want to go this way. Anyway, we're going to get through that just because it's going to unlock us a shortcut when we come back here later. But aside from that, we're basically saving Aldwynn for a different time altogether. It's just not worth us doing right now. We can do stuff like this. Not to mention it is decent shards, quick run, and we're gathering pretty good shards here. So one of the things you'll notice is if you break line of sight with an object, kind of like that, you're able to stop the sniper shots, which is good practice because we're going to be having to deal with this lady a lot later. Oh shit. Best way to look at it is to make sure that you're basing it off the right side of your body, not your left side. And you'll have a much better time. So if you made it all the way, pop this bad boy open and get the haste aura, which is nice to have. At this point you can heal, because we already got our aura. Drop on down. Pop that. Oh. Early. halberd. We'll pick that up. Go this way. Ain't. Which isn't going to matter. Go along. Just until this guy. Now, we don't want to fight this guy just yet. I mean, you can, if you want. As I mentioned a while ago, these guys are a pain in the dick. I would actually suggest doing is just run straight past him. Go on down. Here, get the Auriga book. God, no. Missed my drop. I missed my drop. First gold knight, I have to go forward and drop down for the Auriga book, then you can go up right for that statue. Oh no, okay, our shortcut statue's up ahead even more. Oh boy. Well, we're gonna leave that guy behind for now. Grab the crow plum.
Surprise, louse!
That guy, priesthood. As you can see, he goes and blows up a death statue so that we can't use it anyway. Unless, of course, we are a class where that's applicable. The main thing here is we're just trying to get to a hiding place. I mean, Auriga isn't that bad, the next boss that we're coming up on. It's just that this area can be a little tricky, so... I don't know, I feel like we're mostly through it. Another dead cutscene. There, I don't have time to listen to you prattle. This is my magnum opus, don't you see? I've dedicated my whole life to this piece. When I'm done, all will know the name. No, I fucked it. Well, oh no, that's right. Alright, well, never mind. You know what, we're gonna wrap up here. I'm getting sidetracked with the time. I'm gonna end. And then, you know what, we'll just do all of Aldwynn in the next part, because while it's irritating, it's not that bad. So we're going to end here. We will tackle Aldwynn in the next episode. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys then.